The greatest option for fast travel nowadays is by airplane, but the billionaires of the world are not taking economy class with the rest of us. Air travel has a distinctively different, more luxurious experience for these individuals. Some billionaires are turning their million-dollar jets into flying hotels and outfitting them with everything you would expect from a five-star resort. Meanwhile, the military and other organizations spend millions of dollars on the most technologically advanced, safest, and most practical aircraft. In this video, we will show you the most valuable aircraft in the world. But before we start, please subscribe Prolific and press the bell icon for more videos. From huge airliners produced by Airbus and Boeing to the luxurious private planes used by the rich and famous, as well as military fighter jets, these planes all require a considerable amount of cash. So here are the 12 most valuable aircraft in the world. Number 12. V22 Osprey Tiltrotor. The V22 Osprey Tiltrotor is the first commercial tiltrotor aircraft to fly in the world. This amazing military hybrid vehicle can land and take off vertically like a helicopter, but when in flight, it transforms into a turboprop plane that flies faster, further, and at higher altitudes than any traditional helicopter. The V22 Osprey also has the advantage of being able to land on short runways that would not be possible for other aircraft. This makes it ideal for entering and exiting difficult and contested places, since it does not require the length of a normal plane runway. The V22 Osprey, however, is best known these days as the escort aircraft for Marine One, the presidential helicopter that transports the president. The V22 Osprey is also big, and it can transport up to 24 fully prepared soldiers at a moment's notice. It has a maximum height of 25,000 feet and a terrific top speed of 350 miles per hour. This military vehicle is designed to be refueled in midair. Number 11. Bombardier Global 7000. The fourth model from the Bombardier Global 7000 line is a magnificent luxury private jet that, astonishingly, costs just $73 million. But do not be fooled by its gaudy appearance. While this plane is gorgeous, it performs equally as well, making it an excellent alternative for traveling to a business meeting on the other side of the world. The Global 7000 is a Canadian-made, ultra-long-range aircraft that was made by the same company as the C-Series. The Global 7000 can fly non-stop from Sydney to San Francisco, or even New York to Dubai. Aside from being a $73 million workhorse, the Global 7000 is also attractive before you even walk through the door. Because of its wide range of white and burgundy tones, the jet stands out against the bright blue sky, rather than opting for a stain-free cream color. Number 10. F18 Hornet. Would not you play with a Hornet in the wild? So why would you mess around with a jet fighter that shared its name? Another Navy aircraft from the United States is the F18 Hornet, which is probably the finest and most versatile multi-role fighter of Navy. The F18 Hornet debuted in 1986 and has been propelling rear ends for nearly 40 years, with no doubt that it has seen its fair share of wars and military conflicts all around the world, and it has always acquitted itself with great honor. The F18 Hornet has had a long history in the Gulf War, beginning with its participation in the 1991 conflict and continuing into the 2003 Iraq War. So, if you were to give a Medal of Honor to a soldier, there is no doubt that the F-18 Hornet would be at the top of your list. The United States is not the only country infatuated with the F-18 Hornet. Every time they sit in the cockpit, they fall head over heels for this plane. It has also become a standard in the Royal Australian Air Force and the Spanish Air Force, with a bigger and more technically sophisticated sibling, the EF Super Hornet, which has cutting-edge avionics. It is the original Hornet that is a total mainstay, however, and it cost $94 million to make each one. Number 9. Chengdu J-20. The Chengdu J-20, fittingly dubbed the Mountain Dragon, is the most sophisticated fighter jet of China to date. It came at a cost of approximately $100 million, making it the second fifth-generation aircraft in the world to enter service. Despite the long history of China of building its own cutting-edge fighters, this is still remarkable given that it is only in recent years that China has started developing its own fifth-generation stealth jets. The J-20 is armed with the most up-to-date in stealth technology technology, including an enormous weapons bay. The details of the aircraft, however, have been kept under wraps to a large extent. It was reported, though, that it does not feature an auto or rotary cannon, but does have room for both short and long-range air-to-air missiles. The design of the aircraft enables missiles to be fired in the quickest time possible, ensuring that it is not detected by radar. One magnificent military plane you will not see coming is the Chengdu J-20. Number 8. Eurofighter Typhoon. When a large group of people sit down and discuss things, they can come up with something fantastic. The Eurofighter Typhoon, for example, was designed as a collaborative effort by the United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and Spain. Despite some aviation enthusiasts' reservations about this aircraft, it is without a doubt one of the finest in existence today. The Eurofighter Typhoon is a highly effective multi-role fighter. It is fast and maneuverable, making it difficult to outmaneuver in a dogfight. The Eurofighter Typhoon was designed and built by British company BAE Systems as an answer to the F-16. It first entered service with the United Kingdom in 2003, but it was not deployed in combat until 2007 with the UK, but it is expected to remain in active service well into the 2030s. By that time, a new generation of fighters will have to appear as part of the next generation. This fighter has some of the improved avionics that the UK is not known for its lovely weather, so you shall need a plane that can handle those foggy and occasionally rainy conditions, which is why the Eurofighter Typhoon incorporates both inertial navigation equipment and an instrument landing system to assist with takeoff, flight, and landing in bad weather at a cost of $124 million per aircraft. Number 7. F-17 Thunder. While the 5th generation of fighters are the talk of the world, there are still a few that have yet to come off the drawing board. As a result, some 4th generation jets remain worth their salt. It is one such fantastic 4th generation aircraft. The Thunder of Pakistan Air Force has surpassed many of its now obsolete aircraft and become the top of the food chain. It will undoubtedly perform as a multi-role vehicle and is quite dependable in that respect. However, it is also a high-quality dogfighter. Engineers are currently working on next-generation fighters, but others are doing an outstanding job keeping the Thunder competitive with the rest of them. This jet fighter has a 3-series block avionics system with some of the most advanced capabilities accessible, such as a helmet-mounted display and new and improved radar. The Thunder is roaring by unleashing all kinds of payload, such as air-to-surface missiles and anti-ship missiles, at speeds of around Mach 1.6. But when you are flying an aircraft as high-tech, fast, and deadly as the F-17 Thunder, you can bet it will set you back a pretty penny. So what is the cost of this plane? Try $184 million. Number 6. The Dassault Rafale. The Rafale is a French-built, twin-engine strategic fighter that can fly at Mach 2.07, a multi-role aircraft costing $193 million that can carry out deep air support and help maintain air superiority, aerial reconnaissance, ground assistance, and even nuclear deterrence. Following withdrawal of France from the Eurofighter Typhoon joint fighter program, the aircraft was created. They were nevertheless able to come up with something far superior since then. The higher performance Rafale replaced older Mirage fighters in France. Rafale has exceptional avionic equipment such as direct voice input, active electronically scanned array, and infrared search and track system that are unique to the aircraft. The Rafale has earned a notorious reputation among NATO members for its outstanding performance during combat. In fact, India, Qatar, Greece, and Egypt have all placed orders for the plane. Other nations quickly joined the list in light of Dassault's success, with other countries adding their names to it rapidly. Number 5. F-22 Raptor. The F-22 Raptor from Lockheed Martin is another fantastic fighter. This aircraft costs about $334 million to make and is utilized by the United States Air Force. The F-22 Raptor was introduced into service in 2005, when it became the most advanced fighter jet in the world. When 2 of them were scrambled to intercept Russian bombers at the Elmendorf Air Force Base in Alaska 2 years later, they proved their worth. The F-22 is a fearsome force to be reckoned with, and it is also a very stealthy fighter. The F-22 is extremely difficult to detect and track by radar under any conditions because of its airframe shape and fixed geometry, serpentine inlets, and curved vanes that immediate block line of sight of the engine and turbines from any exterior perspective of the aircraft. Radar-absorbent materials were used throughout the frame as well, including even the helmet of the pilot, which gives just a little radar return. The F-22 Raptor has decreased its radio transmissions, infrared and acoustic signatures, and visible visibility. It also has the capacity to defeat heat-seeking surface-to-air and air-to-air missiles. So even if you spot it, the F-22 Raptor can outsmart any technology you have and still reach supersonic speeds, so it would not be seen unless it wants to be. Number 4. Airbus A380. The Airbus A380 is one of the most luxurious aircraft on the market, and it does not disappoint. The Airbus A380 is the biggest passenger aircraft in the world, weighing around 1.3 million pounds. Because of those features, this is not the most popular or prevalent luxury jet. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal Al Saud of Saudi Arabia, on the other hand, does not mind. He purchased one at the Dubai Air Show in 2007 for about $600 million. Despite having such a huge and pricey toy, the prince never plays with it in true rich kid style. That did not stop him from going all out, as his A380 is so equipped that it is dubbed another of his airborne palaces. He built a car garage, a Turkish bath, and 2 decks of living and working areas, on the top deck being VIP, which may vary depending on how the prince is feeling that day. Number 3. Airbus A340-300. If you have a spare $500 million burning a hole in your pocket, the first plane on our list is available for purchase by billionaires only. The Russian billionaire Alisher Usmanov is not taking any chances with his Airbus A340-300, which he considers to be the finest long-haul aircraft ever produced. While Mr. Usmanov has access to a variety of private jets to get from place to place, this plane is his preferred choice for trips across vast distances, with an expected range of 8,500 miles. The most important thing about this plane is that, while it might be owned by one individual, it is still an Airbus. So despite the fact that there may only be a few of people on board at once, this aircraft is huge. It is ideal for a private jet since it gives the impression that you have the whole place to yourself. This is a bigger aircraft than personal plane of Vladimir Putin, which includes some high-end features such as soft leather seats and multiple full-size bedrooms. On top of the initial $500 million expenditure, Usmanov spent another $170 million to adorn it to his liking. Number 2. Air Force One. After decades of falling behind, the Air Force One was lastly updated during the Obama administration. The new and improved aircraft is 200 feet long and has a 5,000 square foot interior. It is bigger than an NBA basketball court, as well as the longest passenger plane in the world. The Boeing was designed to be the most advanced aircraft in the world, and it has certainly achieved that goal. It is one of the fastest passenger jet aircraft ever built, and it is easily one of the most crucial airplanes in history. It truly is a plane unlike any other, but revamping the Boeing was no simple endeavor. To totally gut the massive interior for the new and improved version of Air Force One, it took around $1.4 billion and a huge team of technicians. The form is more modern in appearance. The presidential suite is located just in front of the nose of plane, which is only accessible to a select few. It was remodeled in the 1980s with a southwestern motive, but it will get its first major interior upgrade this time around. The fold-out single beds in the presidential suite have been replaced by a queen-size bed and a larger TAV, and there is room for seating, giving the space a more welcoming and homier vibe. Number 1. Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit. The B-2 Spirit, better known as the stealth bomber, is a heavy strategic bomber first conceived by the United States during the Cold War to send not just conventional weapons, but also thermonuclear weapons. That implies it can carry up to 80,500 pounds of guided bombs, or 162,400 pounds of B-83 nuclear bombs. The B-2 Spirit, on the other hand, is one of the most well-known military planes in history, even if it is carrying anything. It can carry a huge deadly payload while still being low observable, which is ideal for sneaking through thick anti-aircraft defenses. It is the only known aircraft that can haul heavy air-to-surface standoff weapons in a stealth mode. You would not be able to see it coming until it is too late. The aircraft aircraft weighs 200 metric tons. The B-2 Spirit is an enormous 7 tons aircraft with a cruising speed of 589 miles per hour and a maximum flying range of 6,000 nautical miles before refueling. What is more, the cost of the B-2 Spirit is staggering. To construct an aircraft with all of its equipment, spare parts, and software would cost the United States Air Force $2.1 billion each plane. Well, that is the end of the video. Be sure to subscribe this channel and like this video. We assure you that we will provide you with more interesting content to entertain your life. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.